Welcome guys to another SCPH replay sent in by the community, and this one is gonna be on year 0 LE. Let's introduce the players here. On the top right, we are gonna have the Red Terran Curiosity smashing that GLHF, looking really good. On the flip side here, on the top left, it's gonna be Shookones, Shook 123 123 testing the mic, and it's gonna be the Blue Protoss here. So yeah guys, just came from trying to do WCS Challenger for NA. Yeah, I really wasn't feeling the system. It's very Wild Western. It's all about trying to best convince someone to actually let you in a game, and at the same time there are official casters who do have priority. So in the end, it just didn't pan out. I feel like it's a little hard to integrate in something like that when you're from another region, and especially I checked it out a little bit. There were a few tech issues, especially with the spectating, with the drop. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to pass on that. It was a good try. I say it was, at least was a try. I don't mind really exposing myself like that. A little sad though. I'm a little sad that it just didn't work out, but it's okay. It's okay. So we're gonna get into our Philippine replays instead. Have some fun between Curiosity and Shook ones, and let's see what this blue probe is gonna do scouting around. On the flip side, here for the red is SCV of Curiosity, gonna be very curious, akin to his name, and look around for that second base. Speaking of a second base, Shook one's gonna be expanding by the 1 minute 40 mark. On the flip side, Curiosity gonna be building up the elongated wall, so it is gonna be the attachment be forming part of it. Gonna be very interesting how he's gonna do this. A Reaper already gonna get cycled on, and Curiosity looking to expand for that second base. So for both players, gonna be a conundrum here, and what either player is gonna be really doing. It seems that both players are playing quite standard so far. So how will they actually branch on out? Subjudicated pylons gonna be built here. Cybernetic score is ready here for Shook ones. So we are gonna get Warp Gate research. Interesting enough, the Chrono Boost goes on to the Adept instead of the Cyber Core. So this is either gonna be for harassment or for defending that oncoming Reaper. Now speaking of the Reaper, here he comes. Jetpack and all onto the outside part. Curiosity though, moving on over to the right hand side, and let's see if the Red Terran can get things done. I'm still not sure if I'm gonna try to do day 2 on WCS and A. I don't think my schedule can actually fit it anymore. But so yeah, it's hopefully we get some more Pacific tournaments going, and I'll be a lot more comfortable, really suited for me and my cast career. At the same time, of course, the time zone difference not gonna be an issue, because 7 a.m. guys, waking up 7 a.m. to try and cast really just messes up your voice. Anyway, Shikwan's gonna be on this second base already, looking to saturate it as much as he can. The Adept keeping guard. We are gonna see a cycle of buildings here for the Blue Protoss. We have the Robo Facility, gonna be Twilight Council as well, so this should be an observer into potentially some Warp Prisms and Immortals. Drop play might be really good here for Shook ones, but it is still pretty standard. 2 Gateway, 1 Robo, gonna be researching up charge lots, so the Zealot's gonna be able to close the gap into the face of the Marines. Looking at the armor supply right now, both players are displaying the economical game instead, trying to tech on up, build those attachments, and try to make things work. So a Cyclone right now here for Curiosity, gonna be swapping things over to a mech-based build instead. Command Center now looking for that third, and the real question is where is he gonna expand? Curiosity though, gonna get that upgrade for the Cyclone, taking care of the debris first. The Reaper working together with the Cyclone, and there should be just a torrent of bullets onto those rocks. As Scan now comes on out, trying to see what the Protoss is up to. Gonna be building up that third base, so he does, third gate rather, so he does know that this is still very standard stuff from the Protoss. Nothing cheeky as of yet. No hidden Stargates, no hidden Dark Templar, Dark Shrine. So Curiosity can go with his initial game plan. Gonna be expanding onto that second. Unfortunately for him, all the SCVs idled on this one command center. The observer though, keeping an eye out. And can Curiosity actually see this? No, he can't. Oh, there's this faint silhouette. There's a very faint silhouette. So if you zoom on in, maybe, just maybe, the red Sarah can see this. But look at that, the camouflage on the crystal actually working out in his favor. Oh, Diva announcer, really cool. Veterano coming on over from the right hand side, looking to meet up with Shook Ones and any kind of force. But it seems like that force is all the way on the outside. They are gonna be staying on, waiting by that second base. The Zealot's now gonna get warped on in again, and here comes the Nexus point for the Blue Protoss. So Curiosity gonna spot that one out, looking to regroup and recoup. Gonna want his bulk of the army to come on by and try to get the takedown. So you can see the Cyclones having the upgrades available. They are very, very strong with that lock-on. That extra range gonna help out in any kind of engagement. No +1s though as of yet. And it is gonna be an Archon here for Shookones. So this is a little bit of a classic build for the Blue Protoss. It's gonna be charge lots with some Archons. All the gas gonna go into the double high Templar. They're trying to defend this third base. Will we see cancel? Beautiful work by Shookones, and the Cyclone able to lock on in. But in the end, it is gonna be the Zealots running away. Looks like it is going to be a reset. The Adept standing tall in the face of all the Dark Zealots. And we are going to see some more High Templars into play. Interesting to note, he only does get one. Can't get an Archon as of yet. Here comes the scan. Might be the opening here for Curiosity as the charge lots into the fray. The Marines now getting torn apart. That's a really good retreat to get some space away. Here comes the lock on. The Archon deciding to piece the fuck out. Not gonna deal with that one. And the charge lots sacrificing the life for hire as the Archon able to clean up a few of those Marines. Now this one Archon needs to stay alive, 10 HP and a dream all the time, 10 shields as well. The Zealot's gonna be Sacrificial Lamp, and oh, Shook Ones gonna bring that Archon into his demise. The probes forced to fight, gonna be pulled. It is gonna be an easier fight though for these probes, as it is a situation where the opponent is quite low. Curiosity now cleaning on up. Wants to take care of the pylon, prevent any other buildings as well as any warp cycles. Will this actually make it? Can the Zealots come on in? Yes, they can. The swipes from the warp blades able to mop that one up. For now, Curiosity trying to saturate his base. He was too busy microwaving things up. So his orbital command was just waiting on. This might be a good time to move on to greener pastures, as this observer is just in observation mode, keeping an eye out. Now we see the Great Wall of Supply Depots coming on by here for Curiosity. 5 of them providing supply and as well as giving some space. The real question is though, will Curiosity follow this up with some missile turrets, or will he go for a bunker, or is that going to be the show? Gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen if Curiosity does lose this wall, because look at that supply count. Gonna be very dangerous if they're all the way out in front. A Thor now coming for the Red Terran, and the workers just double on that count here for the second base. Even the mules working on those mineral patches. A lot of overwork here, very akin to the real world. So maybe this orbital command should move on, should allow those SCVs to get somewhere else, finally a float on in for that third base on the north hand side. And the thing to note here is there are rocks in the way, so it's a little safe. So double ramps here for the Red Terran. All he needs is a sight line or two here. Maybe a sensor tower might help on out. Well, who really builds sensor towers nowadays? Or ever, for that matter. So the probes now. They decide to assimilate and set things up on the Vespine Geyser. We have some Colossi ready to go here for Shook Ones. There's going to be an Archon in the back as well. Now the Hive Templars running into doubles. He wants to get those Archons even more. Those blue balls of energy going to be quite strong into this upcoming fight. The thing to note though is Curiosity has decided to go for the tech switch. Went away from the Squishy Marines. Going to be into the Hellbat, into the Thors as well. So in the end, it seems like the Archons aren't going to be as useful as they can be with that splash damage, but will still do a lot of hefty work, especially for the Hellbats who are very bunched up with one another. We are getting some armory upgrades right now for the Red Terran. It is going to be the +1 on the vehicles. On the flip side, look at this. Some more armor here on that forge, making those ground units tanky. We have a Robo-Bay in the back thanks to those Colossi. And it is still Shook Ones waiting on to react. So Curiosity has already instilled a little fear on Shook Ones. He was the player more active. He's the one who decides to move on out. So he is given the space to expand on his side. On the flip side, Shook One's very shooked after that last engagement, is waiting on to go for the counter attack, so he's really cautious where he's expanding. Instead, he's deciding to build up his army supply, gonna get a few more Archons along the way and some Zealots to pair things over. But the thing to note is Curiosity is already maxed out, has a small advantage in that army supply, and the Hellbats just marching on into the burning legions of Year Zero. In the meantime, the ball in left corner gonna get checked up by the Red Terran. Curiosity looking for a target. Oh, Shook One's gonna be able to catch the Taurus by surprise. Here comes the Turbo Lances, and this might be a meltdown in the favor of Shook One's. Gonna go for that takedown there. The Hellbats trying to do some damage, but a beautiful surround from Shook One's. Gonna mop that one up quite quickly, and he's gonna go for the attack. Good to note though for Curiosity, he hasn't decided to go for the all-in attack. He does have a good amount of supply in the back, but he's still in production. Might be a small opening here for Shook One's, but the voyage to that base will take a while in the first place. Scary to note though, he does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 factories building things up. Gonna get that triple starport into play as well. So Curiosity really enjoying the fruits of human labor, human technology as much as he can. Unfortunately now for Shook One's, he is still waiting on. Just wants to react again, gonna get a few more Archons. This is a little bit of the folly for a Protoss player. You always want to go for that 200 before you go on the attack, because you're a little scared. You're a little scared that your Bio Ball, your whatever ball, your Protoss ball, the Armada rather, won't be enough to actually get the takedown. Anyway, now Curiosity back to the lead. His production has been superior, and he has the distinct economical advantage, 3k to 2k in terms of the minerals. Here comes the scan now to the bottom left, and Shook One's knows that he has been spotted. Looking at the skill, Shook One's does have the advantage. No one really going for the harass in terms of the workers. The minerals and gas are now still in favor of the Red Terran, especially those blue crystals with those OP mules. So the Sinlaga Tower gonna get spotted out, gonna get some map vision, and we are gonna see a number of upgrades here for the Protoss along the way. He is gonna decide to clean up the rocks, wants to use the extra space, especially for the Zealots, not to get funneled on in against something like a siege tank or a Hellbat composition. But the Hellbats now gonna be flocking on over to the bottom left. Gonna be a good time here for Curiosity to clean this one up, and even though those shields are up, you can still see the flames, the embers on those buildings, the Taurus with the pulse cannons just getting so much armor piercing off. And now Shook One's gonna try to respond. We have a few Vikings to take care of the Colossi as the Archons are busy focusing down on the ground. And look at that, free hits with the Vikings. But in the end, the ground game's still going in favor of Shook One's. Oh no, what is this? Curiosity with a pincer attack on the top hand side. The Taurus able to work together with the Viking to take care of the Giraffe right there. The Colossi gonna drop. And now the Archons going for that last stand kind of approach. This is a very scary battle, the Battle of the Bronze. The Archons, a high tier unit for the Protoss, the Taurus, a high tier unit for the Terran, and this time though, the Zealots able to reinforce, so Shook One's gonna be able to defend. But overall, Curiosity getting more damage done, and at the same time, able to get more of an economy in the backside. So I would say that fight was more or less a draw. Shook One's cannot go for the push at all after that one. He can decide to try and go for some drop play with the Warp Prism, cycle in some Zealots as well with 2 Immortals on the inside. But neither player has gone for anything cheeky like that. There is a lot of honor between these two. It's all out in front. It's all about engaging. We do see a number of upgrades right now for both players as well. And look at that, +3. Is that +2 and +3 on shields? The only time you do get shields like that is when you are running an Archon build, and Shook One's really enjoying the power overwhelming him. For now, small hush into the battlefield as the starports decide to go for a max exodus. Curiosity, slowly but surely, deciding to up his borders, just push them out to allow his units to get closer and closer, creeping on into the next upcoming fight. The thing to note for Curiosity, he has realized that, yeah, okay, so my Hot Wheels turn into robot creatures. My robot creatures take way too long to march for the fight. So instead, I am gonna put my production closer. Put those factories out in front. and decide to just mass produce, because again, he is still in the lead. Look at that mineral count at the 6K mark. Shook still being more efficient, but unfortunately for him, it's not really gonna pan out because Curiosity is in a situation where it's like, okay, I just have way too much resources because I am maxed out already. Now he has some space for 3, maybe. Hellbats in the back. Oh, painful to see those Hellbats just thrown away like that. And the problem is, when you're not gonna really be microing your units, if any kind of macro advantage will be potentially neutered if a fight really goes badly. So Curiosity, learning from his mistakes, gonna go to the bottom side instead. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases here, potentially for the Protoss on the flip side. Oh no, the rocks! The rocks are coming down. This might be the walls of Jericho tumbling. And here comes the floodgates. Here comes the swarm of the Protoss Armada. It's gonna be a dark day for the Terran as one of the starports fall. Now the factories are next on the list. Everyone gonna be unemployed after this one. Is this the way the Great Depression actually works in the StarCraft universe? And look at that! A recall right now from Shookones. It has a big mistake. That is an absolutely terrible mistake. Recalling those Colossi without any support, gonna get torn apart. It will take a while to rebuild those. And now Shookones is completely confused on what to do. He's trying to go for the push, decides, okay, I have to back on out. I am at a disadvantage. I am gonna try to defend this, but maybe, just maybe, he went for the all-in. It would have been a little better. Curiosity has a few Thors stuck on the outside as the supply depots are up in position. Now another brawl here, and Shook again looking for some honor, looking for the fight, but it seems like Curiosity having the advantage. Here we go with the brawl. The Rapto gonna be splitting up the Thors into 2 distinct units. Now finally, some of the Thors turn around, wants to go for the Archons. Look at that. Look at that barrage from the cannon shots. Way too hefty, taking care of the Archons in the backside. But of course, the Archons quite tanky with all those shields. Maybe a little bit of some microplay here for Shook would help on out, but instead, he's gonna fight out in front, and in the end, it's the Thors who do win. Maybe it's time to go into Valhalla here as Curiosity able to get another big hit. Now finally, Shook trying to play this cheeky, but look at that, Planetary Fortress into play. Curiosity did lose one of his bases, however, but the SCVs are neatly tucked away on the bottom right side. Again, worker revolution, worker. Way too many workers, overpopulation, someone's gonna get laid off after this match. But Curiosity still having such a good advantage, and look at that, he knows he has so much resources. He's playing this as cheeky as he can. Gonna have that tech lab available onto that starport, and this will be potentially maybe a Banshee, maybe a Liberator for the harassment. What kind of universe do you guys think, where you just have these giant robots lying around, everyone idling by? How rich does your Terran base have to be with SCVs just waiting on? Curiosity though can be more efficient with his worker count, with his workers. He does have a lot of them available, but now he's come to a point where he has forgotten to really expand his bases. There's a reason why the Terran villains can fly around. They're pretty nomadic, and they can go for the southern side. He does still have the advantage, and if he just presses his borders, he will be able to take control of a lot of the area around the map. But now we have another brawl in the middle line. Shook trying to get some damage done, but even with a quick little janky maneuver here from the Red Terran, it's not really a bad hit in the first place. He did lose a number of units, yes, but he has so much minerals in the bank, he can just tech switch and go into something else. Maybe this is the plan though all along, because Curiosity has been forced to just use Hellions, and Hellions. He doesn't want to go into Marines because the Cyclones, the Colossi and Archons. Oh my god, Shook ones! Why? Why do you gotta do this to me? That wasn't an A move at all. That was just a run on in, and oh, what a way to end that game. Why? Why? Shook just too shell shock after all those engagement. Curiosity, right place, right time. And again, you don't need that micro. You just need to have more resources and more units available. So Curiosity just having these, having these guard posts, having this border control kind of deal, and like, oh, halt! You're not gonna be able to get in. If you don't stop, we're gonna shoot. And they did shoot, and that was the show. GG, well played to both players. Curiosity, though, doing really well with his macro game. Needs to be a little better on that transition. Seeing 52 workers in one base really is like a little bit of a trigger point. But in the end, the Red Terran able to win out with the cash flow. And we'll see you guys in the next one. So I'm finally out of replays to cast. Send them in at gamesarepool@gmail.com. Again, the C scene, the PH scene gonna be our priority. And we even with a few missed opportunities, maybe just maybe we're gonna find one someday soon. Thank you guys for tuning on in. I'll see you guys in the next one.